All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at what might be the ultimate memory test. I mean, a feat of human memory that's been going on for centuries. But, get this, it's now getting a serious upgrade with some really cool modern tools. No, really, think about it for a second. How would you go about memorizing an entire book? Not just, the gist of it. I'm talking every single word in perfect order. An entire book. It sounds almost impossible, right? Like something a superhero would do.
Well, there's actually a name for this incredible challenge. It's called Hifz. It's the sacred Islamic tradition of committing the entire Quran to memory. And anyone who pulls this off, they earn the title of Hafiz or Hafiza. And believe me, it is a journey of unbelievable dedication.
And just to give you a sense of what that dedication looks like, we're talking about memorizing over 6,200 verses. That number alone is just mind-boggling. But here's the twist. The sheer size of the book? That's not even the hardest part, not by a long shot.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. The true test for someone doing Hifz isn't just about the quantity, it's about the quality, the tricky, subtle nature of the words themselves.
There's a specific word for this challenge, mutashabihat. Basically, this refers to verses scattered all through the Quran that are almost identical. I mean, they might differ by just one word, or a tiny preposition, or even a single letter. These are the ultimate memory traps. They're designed, almost, to trip you up if you're not paying absolute attention.
And look at this. You don't even need to be able to read Arabic to see what's going on. The first line here, exactly the same. The second line, so close, but with a few tiny, critical changes. Now, imagine you're reciting this from memory. Your brain is kind of on autopilot, and then bam, you have to catch that one little difference. That's a serious mental workout.
This challenge is so fundamental to the whole process that people have designed learning tools just to deal with it. And as the person behind one of these tools put it, the entire point is to find these similar bits, highlight them right there on the screen, and let you really study and lock in that one difference. So how in the world do you build a coach for a practice that's over 1,400 years old? Well, you do it by blending that ancient tradition with modern tech. What you get is something like a digital memory coach built for this one specific, very tough job. And the method it uses is, well, it's pretty simple on the surface, but it's also incredibly smart. It all comes down to two powerhouse learning techniques. First, auditory repetition, just hearing it recited correctly over and over. And second, visual cues, actually seeing the tricky parts highlighted. So what does this actually look like when you're using it? Let's walk through the learning loop that a student goes through to conquer these mutashabihat. It's a simple three-step cycle. First, you listen. You hear an expert recite the verse perfectly. That tunes your ear to how it's supposed to sound. Second, you watch. You see the text on the screen, but, and this is the magic part, the tool shows you the other super similar verse right next to it, and the one tiny difference is highlighted, maybe in a different color. And third, you lock in. Suddenly, your brain isn't trying to cram the whole verse. It's laser focused on that one highlighted word. That becomes your mental anchor. So what this technology does is it completely flips the script on the learning process. You're not just passively listening anymore, hoping some of it sticks. It becomes this really active, focused training session. You're basically pointing a finger for your brain and saying, hey, pay attention. This is the tricky part you need to nail. And here's what's so cool. If you take a step back and forget about the religious text for a second, what we're really looking at is a genius system for learning. I mean, this could apply to almost anything. What this really is a fantastic example of cognitive science in action. It's a powerful mnemonic system, right? It plays right into our brain's natural talent for pattern recognition. It uses multisensory learning. You're hearing it and seeing it to make those patterns stick. It finds the hardest piece of information, isolates it, and then uses super focused repetition to reinforce your memory. This is way more than just studying. It's a masterclass in how to learn effectively. And that really leaves us with a big question to chew on. We just saw how a pretty simple digital tool can help someone unlock a 1,400-year-old text just by working with our brains instead of against them. It really makes you wonder, right? What other ancient wisdom, what other incredible feats of human knowledge are just sitting there, waiting for the right piece of technology to come along and unlock them for a whole new generation?